Hey, what's good guys, it's Benjamin or Tuffs here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, first of all, before we get into this, I just want to say I literally woke up about 5 minutes ago, so I'm absolutely shattered. So if I do sound a little bit off it in this video, that's probably why. I ain't gonna leave you guys without a video, alright? We're keeping up that grind during the quarantine. And second of all, before I get into this, I just really want to say, especially this goes out to my US viewers right now. I'm not gonna talk about this for too long or anything, but I really just want to say, I hope you guys are all chilling right now and staying safe. All the rioting and stuff like that that's going on right now, it's absolutely crazy, and I just really want to say that. Please make sure that you guys do stay as safe as possible. But how people are dealing with these problems in some ways, I don't know, man. It's just kind of fucked. Anyway, yeah, the reason why I make these videos is to get your minds off this type of stuff, to have you a little bit of freedom, but I just kind of wanted to say, I hope you guys are all staying safe. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching the video, and yeah, let's get into today's story, boys. So today's story is going to be about a babysitter that I had when I was 12 years old, okay? Now, when I was 12, I had a lot of different babysitters, okay? Like, my mum would be out a lot, and with her not having a partner at the time, she'd normally just hire a babysitter if she wants to go out and stuff like that. And you know what? Honestly, why not, If you need a break every now and again from your kids, who's to say you can't go out, right? So this takes place on a Friday night, okay? And my mum actually decides to go out, and so she hires a babysitter. And I was expecting it to be normal, like just expecting it to be some random, like, woman or something like that. Well, when I come downstairs to meet this babysitter, it's a little bit different, okay? So the only way I could really kind of, like, describe this guy is comic book guy from The Simpsons. Yes, I'm being serious, by the way. He literally looked like the comic book guy from The Simpsons. And I just remember, like, the point of where I just stared into his eyes and was just like, yeah, this isn't gonna go very well. This guy does not look like a very happy guy. Rather, I'm gonna get punted out the window like an NFL football. Or even better, probably thrown in the blender on this guy. My guy looked like he already ate my entire classroom of kids, alright? Alright, I'm sorry. That's a joke, don't take me down. But yeah, so this was a pretty big dude, okay? And the way that he, like, kind of portrayed himself wasn't the best either. It was kind of, like, greasy and stuff like that. My mum even, like, I remember my mum afterwards being like, yeah, you're not getting that guy again, don't worry. Even though I had him like 4 more times, and all them 4 times were absolutely crazy. Stay tuned for that. But just something about this guy that seemed a bit off, like, you don't want to trust him with your kids. And I'm pretty sure that's what mum was thinking, but with obviously having like no time and stuff like that to go out, she was just like, oh, fuck it, it'll do. And around 7:30 p.m, okay, my mum leaves. So the second my mum leaves, okay, this guy turns around and just looks at my little sister and then smiles. And we're just like, right, okay, this is happening. So he looks at us and just goes, right, okay, they're little ones. First of all, bad me from the start, okay? He called me little one. And I mean, dude, not gonna lie, I ain't no little one. I was allowed to watch Family Guy by this age, okay? That's a 16. It's safe to say that as a pretty big boy. But seriously, I kind of just looked at him when he called me that, and I was just like, right, yeah, okay, little one. And he was like, right, little ones, bedtime is 10 p.m. Just don't make too much noise and we'll have a good night, yeah? And I just kind of looked at him and was just like, yeah, okay, man, whatever. Can I go back and play some Xbox right now? And well, that's what happened, okay? I went back upstairs. The guy was like fine with it and stuff like that. My little sister stayed downstairs and watched TV and stuff like that. And I just went up straight to the Xbox, loaded up some Black Ops 1 and started tearing house, honestly. Game chat was on, so I was having the time of my life screaming at people and stuff like that as a 12-year-old kid. You know how it goes. And about an hour goes by, okay? Now, I didn't realize kind of like how fast this hour went by. It literally was like a flash. But one thing I actually noticed is that like I hadn't heard anything from my sister in a while. Normally like every half an hour or something like that, she'd like run in the room and like ask to like play or whatever. She was like 7 years old and stuff like that at the time, so you can kind of see where she was coming from. I'd mainly just like brush her off a lot of the time, but sometimes I'd like give her something to do, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, I haven't heard about her for like an hour or something like that. And I was like, what's actually going on after checking the time? And I got to get up, right, okay, out my little beanbag gaming chair. I walk over towards the door, and who is sat there right at the door, literally staring at me? Well, no one else other than my creepy ass babysitter, okay? I open the door and I just go, whoa, and I just look down and I'm just like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And he just goes, I've been watching you play for the last 15 minutes. That's a nice class you've got right there, and stuff like that. Like, as if you couldn't just walk in and tell me that 15 minutes ago. And he had like a really creepy smile on his face while he was doing this. And I was honestly thought I was going to get attacked at that point, right? I was terrified, right? I ain't getting dragged down into no sewer by Jeffrey the weirdo who signs up for babysitting jobs, all because of my class setup on Black Ops 1, alright? Like, let me snipe in peace, buddy. And so I basically just like ignore him and try to like stand over him, and he's just like, oh no, where are you going? I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go check on my sister, get a drink and stuff like that, the essentials in life. And he's just sat there like, oh, no you're not, we're gonna play some Call of Duty together. And he gets like a spare controller that he had. I really don't know where he got this, because the only spare controllers in that house were in my room, and all of them were still there, so I'm gonna assume that he like brought it or something like that. Who knows? He might have known that I had an Xbox or something. So me absolutely terrified was just like, okay, because he literally tried to like force me back into the room to play COD with him. 1v1'd him on Nuketown, right? And I just want to say, boys, you know, absolutely slapped him around. I'll put my hands up and admit I absolutely destroyed him. And he was kind of like treating it as if like, you know when like your grandpa like doesn't really like understand games too much, walks in, just goes, oh, are you winning? And you're like, yeah. It was kind of like that, like you kind of just look and like smile for a sec, but then realize he doesn't know what I'm winning. And you want to talk more to them, but it's like your distant grandpa and they're a little bit creepy and you prefer to be left alone, you know what I mean? Like I was just looking at him every now and again and like he just gave me like this really awkward and weird smile. I'm like, dude, please just stop, right? It was extremely weird, this guy. Anyway, about an hour time goes by and my mum gets back, alright? It's like 10:30, my mum comes back. We're still not in bed yet, we're playing Call of Duty and stuff like that. I am absolutely bored so far. We've had about 45 matches of Nuketown free-for-all and I'm just sat there and I'm just like, yeah, like after about 5 I was just like, yeah, I'm sorry. Literally about 10 games later we're still sat there playing it because this guy wanted to try and like get a bond with me or something. Like, I'm sorry, comic book guy, alright? I'm not going to be working at your store. So mum gets back in and the second that I hear up in the door and say hello, like, you know, normally I fucking run out of the room so fast. I literally get up and jolt downstairs and just cuddle my mum. And like he says bye and stuff like that. Everything's all good. And the second that he leaves, okay, I look up at my mum and I really just say, please never let him babysit me again. And I explain everything that happened. She finds it like really funny. And I'm like, bro, I didn't. He forced me to play Nuketown free-for-all for like 2 hours. Like, no, get him the fuck out. Anyway though, boys, if you guys did enjoy the story at all, then make sure to go ahead and leave a like on it. This story definitely was about the creepiest babysitter I've ever had. And if you want part 2 to this, because trust me, he comes back a few more times, then make sure to let me know. There were a lot more interesting than this story was. This is kind of just like the beginning though. So, you know, if I'm making a video on it, I might as well tell you the backstory. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, with all that being said, lads, have a wonderful day, wonderful rest of your week. I love you all. Please stay safe out there. It is a crazy world at the moment. And as well as that, you know, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. Like, what the fuck? At the time of recording, I believe we're on like 120 right now. We literally hit like an extra 20 subscribers as I sleep. So I just want to say thank you all so much. I love you all. Make sure to join the Discord server, follow me on all my social medias, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll chat to you guys in a bit. Peace.
Beat so fat they make the hard drive crash like Mercury on retrograde. Another escapade crossed off my list from yesterday. So today, Coach sent me in as a decoy. My feet move fast, kick a move like a b-boy. My ego got inflated. In fact, I must have miscalculated my initial impact. I stacked, and truth be told, it's in the wisdom. I try to tell the kids, but the kids didn't listen.